It could have been yesterday.
No, that was on me. I had Miss Diva Official Music in here, and I had to go pick up the person who interviewed her. So,
okay. That's
man,
that's all good,
yeah.
bro. Shit, we wasn't doing much.
But you're tuned in to NWCLV.FM. It's DJ King Cobra. I move slick, strike, hit, get you once and it's over. And DJ, that's digital journalist, because I don't jock nothing. You heard me? Today we have in the studio some good friends of my man BD. What's up, BD? He's back again. You heard me. You remember Mr. Shackelford from the last time. But we got Mr. and Mrs. Will Holiman in the house, and they got a few things they want to run with us about some basketball. Their kids, they're from Oklahoma. We end up having some people in common that we know from basketball playing back in the day on the elite level, high level of basketball in Oklahoma. So we just gonna run it a little bit and see what's up with Mr. Will.
Hey, I know, man. We appreciate you for having us, man. You got a lovely establishment here, man.
Okay,
But,
for
we're
sure.
down here for the WAC conference tournament, first time.
Okay, for those who don't know, what is the WAC?
It's a Western Athletic Conference tournament, men's basketball.
Not to get mixed up with the SWAC.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so what's some of the teams in the WAC that your son's gonna have to play against?
Well, with that, I think they're going up against. They got Charleston State tonight. You know, Billy Gillespie used to coach at Kentucky. Used to coach Texas A&M. He runs that program. You got New Mexico State, which got everybody know what happened to them, so they got canceled out of it. So you got University of Texas Arlington, California Baptist, Grand Canyon University.
Was Abilene in there?
Abilene Christian, and let me see who else we got off in there. So it's nice little, about 12 teams, man. They're doing a couple sessions, and the winner, of course, gets to go to the NCAA March Madness tournament, man, to kind of live that Cinderella story that we all know about.
Yeah, man. So, all right, tell us a little bit about your son. What's his classification?
Well, Dante Holiman, man, he's a freshman. He was just up for WAC. He was just up for WAC Freshman of the Year. He had a little injury early in the season that kind of prolonged that from happening, but he was probably the second runner-up in that. He's at University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. It's down about an hour from South Padre. Weather's nice, kind of like this Vegas weather, man. He's on the same longitude as Miami, so you got palm trees and all that stuff down there, man. So it's a good university, about 34,000. So I mean, good little spot. It's considered a mid-major. You know, in college basketball, you got your high major, low major, and mid major. Dante is a high major kid that kind of was a result of the COVID portal type recruiting type stuff.
Yeah.
So. You know, Dante coming out was the #1 player in ESPN in Oklahoma. He was the top 50 kid in his position as a point guard. And, man, he's just, good kid, National Honor Society. He was a McDonald All-American nominee.
Nice.
Wonderful parents.
Yeah, he's the all-time leading scorer at McAllister High
Wonderful
School.
parents.
Where I played at.
Talk about them, not the okay.
Yeah, so yeah, man, he did his thing, man. So
Okay, tell me this, cause I got a nephew. He's about 4 years behind your son. He's a freshman at Holland Hall. He's ranked in the state #4. So going from high school to college, what determined some of the factors that you picked the school that you went to?
Well, first of all, like I said, in Tay's situation, everybody's situation may be a little different, but one thing that's basic with everybody is that you need to find the right fit, of style of play, find the right type of environment for your kid. Like Tay's he's had a great first year as far as the school-wise environment go, and just the coaching side of it and the player side of it. You just got to deal with the mental toughness part of it.
Okay, was there the academic part? Was there certain majors that they offered that he wanted to take?
Well, yeah, he's a business major, and so
Right, cool.
with that absolutely comes a lot of discipline as far as managing your time. So one thing I'll say to the younger guys out here that's trying to get themselves from high school to college is that you need to have your mentals together, man, because you're gonna go through some things, and you're gonna have to know how to manage your time while you're going through those things. So a lot of the things that some adults struggle with. So when you're going through those, worldly things, what I mean by that is like, some coaches play mind games, and it may be simple as they putting parking boots on your car all the time because they don't see you. They don't see your parking pass, and just the everyday hassles that a young male or female might go through when you just don't got that parent guidance around to kind of let you know how to decipher and prioritize what you need to take care of first and all of that type. So that's what I mean by mentals. You know, just having your mental toughness together and being self-active as far as handling your business on your own. College is a lot about that.
And also, you mentioned that you're a coach. Right?
Yes, sir. I'm a coach at a school in Oklahoma, 5A school, man, and you know, being a former player.
Like, how long have you been coaching?
Well, I'm 43 years old. I've been coaching since I was 24, so I've been in the game a long time, man. Got a lot of contacts. BD might say, like I said, Randy, Jeff Webster, guys like that. Like, I call it the hoop world, man. Kind of like what connected all of us to here today.
Now, you personally, did you get into coaches because of your kids, or just because of your love for the game? Or
my dad was actually the guy in the neighborhood that gathered everybody up and took everybody around to go play AAU tournaments and stuff like that. So it's kind of hereditary. Plus, I was a basketball player myself, college athlete myself, and I'll be honest with you, I really didn't want my kids to play basketball because of but simply because of the rep that I had with it. I actually wanted them to play tennis. I was a high school state champion in tennis.
Oh, that's
and as we know, as a minority, you get way more opportunities in sports where it ain't a lot of us playing, such as baseball, tennis, stuff like that, stuff they big and black kids to play. And so I actually tried to get them to play tennis first, considering the fact that I didn't want them to get, unfair treatment of being who I was, and having the name that I had. You know how that kind of works. Bronny and them going through that, not to that extent, but if you hoop, they expect your kids to be able to hoop. And once they decided they wanted to play, we went all in. So Dante grew up in training. All my kids grew up in the training facility that we went and got to start training. Of course, I do training now, and we got the facility going and went all in for them. Fully invested in our kids, man.
That's
the payoff is a free college education.
Straight up, man. That's what it takes.
Today's college education valued about $268,000. Like I told you, I got all three of my kids are going to Division I.
And congratulations, bro. Congratulations. That's what we like to hear. So moving forward, like, have y'all had to deal with any type of NIL type of deals, name, image, and likeness?
Absolutely, man. Tay has a couple from his hometown. He has one at Gringo's, which is a real authentic Mexican restaurant. He has one with Motorsports, where he has a Charger. They do the car stuff for him there. Okay. And then he also has one at Primo's, which is a steakhouse, Mexican steakhouse. These are just some of the local spots in McAlester, Oklahoma.
I understand, because I was watching it closely when it did finally drop in Oklahoma. I was letting my brother know, like, hey, start looking around, because my nephews are pretty good, and they're real young freshmen. So
it's all about building your brand.
Yeah, going forward, by the time they're seniors, or whenever it can start, I wanted them to take advantage of it too, because back in our day, if we got money for any of this stuff, these kids are getting money for these days. Yeah, we kicked out and all that stuff, man.
The revenue side of the game has really changed, man, since you and I played, and that's one of the things that kids got to make sure that, number one, that they do it right, because there's agencies out here that you got to have stipulations as far as what you do. And then also the revenue side of it, not only is the goal in college athletics now to graduate with a 4-year or a master's degree. Now the goal is where you can possibly come out of college with that degree being a millionaire, or having $600,000 or $700,000 in your bank account to start your career off with that degree.
Okay, and speaking for my nephew again, because he's coming up, where would you have him or his dad start to look into these type of things, or do they need a consultant to help
it's
first?
actually like they got different agencies out there. One that I know for a fact in Oklahoma is like the Bedford agency that kind of helps. It's called the Bedford agency. They're on Twitter and stuff like that. They're out of Oklahoma, and they're helping high school kids with a lot of the NIL stuff. And one of the things I just say, man, is mainly do your research. Do your research and make sure your kid, is able to build a brand. What I mean by that, like, one of the reasons that Dante's able to have these things is because of his high character. Like I said, National Honor Society kid, how he carries himself, his history of his background from not getting in trouble and stuff like that. So that's just one thing guys got to do, is do their research of what it all entails. Like, we got a situation right now with Ja Morant.
Yeah.
It's an image deal. He really didn't, to his defense, everybody know being a pro, it's legal to have a gun, right? It's legal to be it's legal to carry, right? He's in the club. I'm pretty sure it's Ja Morant. They okay with it, but it's an image issue with Nike, the NBA, Gatorade, So that's why he's having so much trouble with it as far as the situation, because a lot of these guys don't understand that how you carry yourself matters. Like, 'cause at the end of the day, the NBA is who cuts his checks. Nike is who cuts his checks. Gatorade, who cuts his checks.
Right.
So as a young male and females, they also got to learn that more now than ever, how you carry yourself matters and what your image is like. Because it's name, image, and likeness. And you got to be valuable and marketable.
Right, okay. That's what I like to hear, man. We appreciate you giving us this information. Now, ma'am, you haven't spoke up at all, and we got to hear from you. We got to
I
hear
like
from
staying
you.
in the
What
background.
kind of daughter, Jada?
Well, just talk to him about the inside out as far as like, you know, how, you know, we're a good team and, you know,
What do I do?
what your side.
Yeah, go ahead and interview her, mister.
Don't leave nothing out. I mean,
I'm behind the scenes. I do all the paperwork, college stuff.
NCAA clearinghouse stuff, what she means by that is the work that you put into your grades, your transcripts, and she makes sure they on top of that, 'cause that's another side of it. Kids got it.
Okay.
I require all A's unless it's, you know, difficult and you can't do it, but I'm pretty strict on the grade side.
You have to be. My parents was very strict, and when I got to Holland Hall, it was different for me over there.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
I went to Broken Arrow Public Schools. I was in AP classes, honors, the National Honor Society. But when I got there, there was no even comparative to the curriculum. Their regular curriculum was like over the AP.
You was taking college classes, man, in high school. That's
Bro, and just going straight over there, it was a shocker. And like my first semester, it was tough. And I'm taking stuff home to my mom, and she's like looking at me like, "You have never made a C."
Right.
It's like you barely make a B, but you never made a C. Like, what is going on? I was like, "Mama, this stuff is hard. This is some real work." They told me to write an analytical paper. The first time I ever heard it, like for me to have to do it, you know, like I asked the teacher how to do it. They weren't receptive to my.
No, didn't want you over there. Wasn't really trying to help you back then. People got to stand.
Right, and they thought that I was gonna fail their entry test. That's the only thing that got me in. It was like, well, if he can pass our entry test, so we'll let him in. Like just because I'm troubled and I got kicked out for inciting a riot, race riot, but it's like it was only so much I can take in every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Exactly.
You want me to take a different route to class? No, I'm going straight. You go, okay.
See, and that's the type of stuff where nowadays
Oh,
that is still out there. And the mental side of it, that goes back to the mentals.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some of my kids, you know, McAllis is, you know, getting better at being diverse, but it's still in the, you know, the Dixie area. So
Yeah.
we got Oklahoma State Penitentiary there.
Right
so
there.
It's still kind of, you know, my kids had to hear some stuff every day they had, you know, especially Tay, man, like, they don't let
Every
guys try to knock
day?
him.
Like-
Guys tried to knock him off his, you know, horse. I mean, you understand, small town, you know, black success is tough for a lot of people to swallow, man.
Right, and I came
You know?
from Louisiana and went
Yeah.
out there like,
Yeah.
I'm not used to none of it. And dang, you saying this to my face? Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Like this is
But I will say,
very
overall,
bold.
number one thing that she really does, man, that helps me the most is the support of the discipline and backing. Like a lot of guys, a lot of males, white and black, are in situations when in the sports game where, you know, like in my situation, I'm very demanding of my kids because of the money that's being spent. You know, and a lot of people nowadays think that's frowned upon. Like I said, they had their own training facility. So if you do the math, we had that training facility from second grade till Tay was a sophomore in high school for $2,000 a month.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying? So 12 times 2,000 for the year, you know what I'm saying, times 12 years, times 8 or 9 years, still don't equal what that college scholarship. You know, when you put it in perspective like that.
Yeah.
And then it's times 3 because my daughter grew up in that training facility. She got a full ride. My youngest son grew up in that training facility. He got a full ride. So it's that 268,000 times 3 off maybe $198,000 an investment for that training facility.
Yeah,
Night in, night out.
yeah, do the math.
But one of the
Yeah, you
things
win.
that she backed me on when I got on their ass about performing, you had backing. You know, most kids, oh, you too hard on them. You know, and I'll say this, my mother-in-law came to me and was like, hey, I see what you was doing now. But she used to be like, man, you so hard on them dudes, like,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't budge. Like, I wasn't budging, like, My dad was hard on me.
Hell yeah, man.
Right, yeah.
But he
That's how that
also,
was.
but who we ride to North Carolina with?
Us.
My
man.
dad loaded my
Right.
grandma all up.
We wasn't shopping, nigga. We was in that van.
Like that's the type of family I'm from. Like my
Right.
grandmother
Went to every
had a
game.
family reunion. She told my mom them, "Hey, I'm going with him and his daddy." Like that's the type of stock I'm from. Like, he
That's
knows
what's
my
up,
grandmother.
bro.
Like, my grandmother passed, rest in peace, but she went out of town with us to go hoop, to go make sure cat did what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about investing in your kids, man. And,
Right.
but that's the main thing she do is when I get on their ass, she backs you. Like, and a lot of women make excuses for their kids, and that's why we got so many soft males in this world today.
Right.
So if
Well,
daddy
that's
get on
what's
their
up,
ass,
man.
mom be like, oh, you too hard on you, so it's like,
Now, mama
real
was
shit,
like,
man.
then you better go listen.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't see it being successful if we're arguing about how we're raising them. I
Yeah,
mean,
can't be
that's
no
how I
crutch.
look at it.
Right.
Like, hey man, I'm on your ass. She may go at the ass a different way, but you know, I'm all gutter with mine. You know, she go at them a different way, you understand, you know, a different way, but at the same time it's back into what the hell I was saying. And that makes it work. That's why we got 3D wonders. Like,
That's what's up.
ain't no baby.
Speaking of that, let's you have a schedule of the tournament?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, let's run the schedule for
All
our
right,
listeners to see if they want to come check you out.
All right, UTRGV will play today. They having 2 sessions, so let me get my stuff together. They having 2 sessions today, and they start at 2 o'clock. They're at the Michelob Ultra Arena.
Oh, Mandalay Bay?
Yeah,
Yep.
we learned that the whole.
Yeah, inside Mandalay Bay.
Yeah,
so
that's
they'll
where
start
the
today
Aces
at 12. They start today at 12. You had Abilene and Sam Houston playing each other in the first game. 2 o'clock, you got Utah Tech. That's number 5 versus number 12. First game is number 8 versus number 9. Tonight at 6 o'clock, where Dante will be playing in, is number. Man, let me see. I'm on the right one. Make sure I'm giving out the right information.
Well, they played this team before and gave them a good game. And this team they playing is picked the winner out
Oh, so we got to take them out tonight.
there.
Yes, sir. Okay, let me run the schedule back by. We got California Baptist playing at 12 today against Abilene Christian. All right, that's in the first session. You got 2 o'clock, you got Grand Canyon versus UTA. UTA has the the guy, the kid that won the WAC freshman of the year on it, from playing the whole season. I personally think Tays Cola. You got the 6 o'clock game between Charlton and UTRGV. That's the game, Tays on UTRGV. They've met twice this year. Billy Gillespie's their coach. He used to coach at Kentucky, Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a good. I think they got Charlton picked to win. Of course, we're the 10th seed. They're the 7th seed, but we beat them twice in the regular season. So I'm thinking we're gonna upset them tonight. And then 8 o'clock, the last game is you got Stephen F. Austin versus 6 versus number 11 Utah Tech. So, and you also have the Gonzaga.
Gonzaga playing St. Mary's at Royal Orleans for the championship. I think that's a 7.
And that's with the WCC conference.
I was about to say that because I'll get in y'all conference.
Yeah, they got less. They used to be in the WAC though. BYU used to be in the WAC. Like the WAC's a historic conference, and I think right now you got the WAC is rated the 10th hardest 11th conference in college basketball right now.
That's what's up. Let's get them.
Yes, sir.
All right, I have one more question for you. Oh yeah, let us know where we can reach y'all on social media so we can follow y'all.
Oh yeah,
now on.
absolutely. I'm Holiman Future Stars on IG.
Spell everything out if we got
So
underscore.
on IG is Holiman _ Future Stars.
Spell them out for the listeners.
HOL.
This is listeners.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
HOLIMAN _ Future Stars. That's my IG. And then on Twitter, it's Holiman Future Stars FUTURE _ OK.
Got it. All right, well, we appreciate y'all for coming into
Appreciate you for having me.
NWCLV.FM radio station. We will check the games out and we will report back and let y'all know what's up. For sure. Off top, we hot.